Welcome back to the Irish countryside,
where our cottage renovation continues full pelt.
And we attempt to leave this land
better than we found it. Fallen at the first hurdle. That's how it works between a husband and wife, isn't it? Oh. Pleased with that. So today's job is a bit of preparation for laying the running water, both hot and cold, into our ensuite from where the heat pump and the hot water cylinder is going to live, currently in the temporary gym utility area. So the hot water cylinder is going to be in that corner there, all the way over to the complete opposite end of the cottage, where through our bedroom, where the ensuite is actually going to be. Obviously we need a cold water feed for the WC, for the sink, for the shower, for the bath, and a hot water feed to everything bar the loo. Hot water loo, that might be interesting. And the plan is I'm going to bury all of the services, the hot water, the cold water, any networking cabling, any new electrical runs, all in the sub base below grade. So I'm just going to create a thin channel here in the floor. Lay the pipes in. It doesn't need to be flush because the hardcore layer is going to be compacted over the top. The pipe work is going to be below grade, in conduit, and all hidden, all buried. It's one of the big jobs that needs to get nailed before the new slab gets laid down. You might remember from a previous vlog I mentioned I've got this fancy all singing, all dancing pipe in pipe insulated flow and return for the feed from the ground source heat pump, which is going to be situated there. This fancy insulated pipe in pipe is going to be laid actually externally, and then it's going to go into the existing gap underneath the foundations there, where a previous soil pipe was placed. It's going to come out through that hole in the foundations there. It's going to run along the floor again in a thin cavity, in a thin trench in the sub base there, and it's going to come up currently where that power socket is, and it's going to be homed on that wall. And then all of the flow and return pipes for the individual branches of the underfloor heating loops are going to then come off the manifold there. This setup is €50 per metre. Yeah, it's the smallest run I could allow without any excess. I think I added 1 metre for a little bit of give, a little bit of take. €550 for that pipe in pipe setup for a mere 11 metres to run from there to just inside the door there. It's expensive because it's the right kit for the job, especially given it's going to be run externally, so it needs to be top insulation, top mechanical protection. You know, it's going to be fairly shallow trench out there, and in an ideal world, if I had infinite resources, I'd be using the same stuff for all of the domestic hot water and cold water runs, especially given it's below grade here. It's going to be buried in the subsoil, but I don't have infinite resources and I can't afford. So this is a 25 metre run. Yeah, that's going to be over, well, £2,500. So it's not going to happen. Instead, I've bought some pre-insulated PEX, bought a flexible corrugated conduit. I'm going to feed a hot water pipe through one piece of conduit and a cold water pipe through another piece of conduit, and that's going to be my poor man's pipe in pipe solution. All I need to do is feed those pipes through. The conduit comes with a little pull-through rope, but I don't think it's going to be man enough pulling through this pre-insulated PEX pipe. I'm going to first feed through a more stout rope and then use that to pull the pipe through. So let's get to it. Let's get this little dolly wheel set up and get this conduit unwound and get this pipe fed through and make myself a poor man's pipe and pipe setup. Save myself best part of £2,500. Fallen at the first hurdle like a true schoolboy. I let the pull through cable that came originally fed through the conduit. It pinged off one end, so I've lost it in about 5 or 10 metres inside the conduit. Some vain attempts at feeding it back through were not working, so I'm going to move on to the other half of the conduit that has got the full pull-through rope in it. I'm going to feed through the stouter blue rope on that one, and then I'm going to tackle the other one with the missing feed rope in it. I think I'm going to end up having to tie the rope to a spanner and use gravity to pull it through for me. Hopefully, we'll see. Let's get one done anyway. pain. I was hoping to be able to pull it through in one go, but my makeshift dolly is not up to the job, so it's going to be a two-man job, or a one-man and one-woman job, so I'll rope in the missus in a minute. One pulling, one pushing. That's how it works between a husband and wife, isn't it? Pull it through. Keep going. A little bit more. Okay, cool. Thanks. That's it. One pipe done. We have the cold water feed fully fed through the conduit, 25 metres away, poking out the other end. So now I've got to correct my schoolboy error where I don't have an actual pull rope to pull a new pull rope through before feeding through the new pipe. So I'm going to have to use this handy dandy spanner and use a bit of gravity and hope that it pulls the new rope through before I can then use that rope to pull through the new pipe. So let's give it a go. It worked! Yes! Finally, gravity does work. It's like Isaac Newton knew what he was on about. Who would have thunk it? Time to get this pipe through. That took longer than expected. New pipe, you need to come off. To one side, you get in town. Proper red pipe. Alrighty then. Oh, another bumblebee. Spring has sprung. Right then, you magnificent beast. Get down there. Two-man job done by one man, story of my life. Come to daddy. Come on, we've got to be close. Woohoo! Finally. Oof. Right, that's it. Both pipes fed through the conduit. Took a lot longer than expected, but we've got hot and a cold, pipe and pipe. I'm just going to strap them together, some zip ties, so we've got a proper twin shotgun setup, and then it's nice and easy to lay in the trench, both together. And yeah, we're good to go.
Always in high vis.
Safety first.
Safety first. Lucky or what?
It's like a fairy tale.
Get it, girl. Yeah! What's that old saying about the best time to plant a tree? They might say it's not in the middle of a renovation, and yet we want to strike a balance between catering for our immediate needs and being good custodians of this land. So planting a load of native trees feels really good. Could you go get me, there's another spade that's got a pointed end. Proud it.
Yeah.
Let's put all this back in.
Started off a little bit miserable this morning. Grey clouds, bit of rain, but it is now blue skies and the sun is shining, but I am trapped inside just doing all of the infrastructure work now that all of the demolition is finished. I've created the pipe for the hot water feed from the hot water tank, which is going in the utility room, all the way to the other side of the cottage, which is going in the ensuite. So yeah, that was my cheap and cheerful pipe setup. What did it work out? It worked out fractioned across €300 for 50 metres worth, as opposed to the factory made stuff, which was €50 per metre. So yeah, pleased with that. So there's a couple of runs here. So it's in a shotgun setup, one cold, one hot, hence the blue and red, lovely colour coding. Don't have many options in this cottage, full stop, for services. Solid stone walls, solid screeded underfloor heating floors. There's no cavities to hide these services, so all of the electrics, all of the network cabling, all of the hot and cold water, all of the flow and return for all of the heating, it all needs to be, well, it all needs to be buried, and that's why I'm having to do it now before the slab gets laid, as the first job that gets done after all the demolition is now and excavation is now complete. So that's the plan of action. So I need to create some channels in the wall there's some Cat5 networking cable going in here, there's some speaker cables going up the wall. It's amazing the things you have to think about when your house comprises of a floor of soil. All of these things need to be dead and buried before the new slab goes down. Unfortunately, I need to solve these what seem to be trivialities in the scheme of things. You know, when you don't have heating, you don't have running water, you don't have a bathroom, you don't have a kitchen, you've got to think about where you want to put your speaker cables in your lounge. So I'm going to be creating a bunch of channels where the outlets are going to go. I'm also going to be tidying up some of the existing wiring, so no new circuits, no new socket outlets necessarily. So I'm just going to be tidying up the old back boxes that were put in the wall, make sure that they are at the right heights for building regs, make sure they're in the right location. So no circuit changes, just kind of tweaking what's there already. That's what's happening in the lounge, and kind of same again in the bedroom. I bought a cheap and cheerful wall chaser. Where have I put it? I don't know where I've put it. It's one of those tools that, you know, I'm going to use it once for this project and never again, or very, very rarely. And I literally don't know where I put it. Did I pack it away already? Haven't used it, I've packed it away. I'm too organised. There it is. Just a cheap and cheerful Silverline brand. Just a tiny step up from the little kind of Walmart level. It was 100 quid, $100. Twin diamond disc. That's going to create some nice tidy chases in the wall so that I can actually embed the cabling. Even though this is part of the reconstruction, it's a messy job, it's going to be really dusty, going to have to dust mask on. I'm going to wear my Forester's helmet, which has got the built-in ear defenders, and I'm going to be dealing with the channel, the concrete wall, so you know, no sparks or anything hopefully, so this mesh face mask will be absolutely fine, and it'll mean that I won't have safety goggles misting up and all the rest of it. So that's the plan of action. I'm hoping it's not going to take too much longer than the end of day, and it's a messy job, so in an ideal world I'll just knock this out in one, get covered in dust, and then that's the messy stuff done, and I can move on with actually embedding the services in the newly created channels. So yeah, watch this space. Comment of the week.
This week's comment comes from Drew Leith, who said, "Rarely have I laughed out loud so often on a YouTube video. You cannot write stuff as good as the wheelbarrow sketch. Well done for keeping going." And then I picked this comment because it echoed the sentiment of so many of you this week, laughing at my antics with the wheelbarrow, with the compost, and we just like the fact that you guys can laugh along with us, don't we?
And just to correct, they weren't laughing along with us, they were laughing at
me.
You.
Yes.
Which is even better.
Somebody said that they're glad that we include our fails in these videos because it keeps it realistic. And the reality is that if we didn't include the fails, I wouldn't be in it at all. Because it seems like every time I embark on a new physical project around here, I start off in a bit of a haphazard way. But I keep going, so thank you for everybody who's cheering us on and laughing along at us and with us.
So keep commenting, we enjoy your reaction to our fails, as well as our successes, of course. Thanks for being along for the ride with us.
So bedroom 1, master bed, done and dusted. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 repositioned outlets, and I've actually, while I'm here, I've removed some of the old back boxes, galvanised back boxes that were disused and completely just embedded in the wall, completely rendered over with cement render, because they'd already started to rust. And once this place has been re-rendered, it's only a matter of time until the outline of that back box continues to rust embedded in the wall. It would end up showing, and it would end up blowing the plaster as the rust progresses in size. While I'm here doing the messy job, I'll take the opportunity to remove these old back boxes. This is a good example of it, completely been rendered over, disused for decades, and it's already starting to rust. One there and one there, and it's only a matter of time until that would show through on any new wall. So just going to finish off removing those, and then I'm done in the master bed. Yeah, it hasn't taken too long, so keep fairly swift, but it is messy, dust everywhere. Yeah, going all right. Onwards. That took a lot longer than expected. The closer I looked, the more I found. So there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've forgotten 1, 10. I'm going to remove that, and then I'm done in this bedroom. I also took the opportunity to actually extend the lighting circuit a little bit for future proofing, because I don't know what the end lighting is going to be like in the bedroom. Haven't decided that yet, so I'm having to put in some additional extensions from the existing lighting circuit. Just extended the circuit up to there, and then I'll have a switched spur up the top there, up the top there. Should we need some additional lighting coming off on the ceiling, then you know those are in situ. I thought all of the messy work was done, but obviously not. The reconstruction is equally as messy, if not worse. So yeah, today's job: do all of the chasing. That's the word I'm looking for. Do all of the wall chasing for all of the cables, and I might wrap up early because it's such a horrible job. I want to get washed and enjoy a bit of Sunday evening. I might even make some more jam this evening. Blackberry jam. Yes, yes. This is a great example of why I'm bothering replacing these back boxes. I wish I didn't have to. Look how crusty it is already. This rust, this is what is just surface rust. It's just going to continue to propagate, and when this gets freshly plastered, in a few years' time, that'll start to show, that line will start to show through. Yeah, we'll end up with rust stains on a freshly plastered wall, so don't fancy that. So while I'm here making a mess, I might as well make a proper mess.
productive week on the Homestead Reno. Twin projects, twin dream / twin nightmares. In the weekend that you saw in this video, I planted single-handedly, well, I had a little bit of help from my daughter, 22 trees, which I think is no mean feat, given that we decided in our wisdom to plant them after a very un-Irish dry spell. So the ground was super dry. We had about this much topsoil before the rock. So I feel like 22 trees, given the circumstances, was
good going.
kind of proud of that.
Yeah, you should be.
Thank you. Yeah, that was our gift to this land, to the future occupants, whomever they may be.
What trees were they?
Mostly oak and pine that I was planting. So that's just exciting to be reintroducing some native species, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you've been having all sorts of shenanigans with pipe and pipe.
It feels great to have some progress on that, and yeah, looking forward to buttoning up all of the services so that we can get this floor laid.
Actually starting to renovate, actually starting to drag this 1880s old stone, previously abandoned cottage into the
22nd? No,
First.
21st. Still 21st. The water, the heating, the speakers, yeah, important things. The network cabling,
yep.
And then obviously reinstating the existing electrical that was there already. It feels good.
Feels good to be doing
Something other than digging.
It took a long time to get here.
Yeah.
But we made it. So next week we'll be giving you that update on the trees. There's going to be more progress in here because you will not stop us now. Can't stop us because we've got that impending timeline. We've got quite a few people quite concerned,
and they should be,
for our timeline.
Yeah.
We thank you for your concern. Send your prayers, send your hopes, send your well wishes. We're going to need them. But you are getting better at outsourcing things to me, like, here, go and plant these 22 trees.
Yeah.
So, we make it work.
We do.
See you next week, folks.
See you, folks. Bye, folks.
Bye. I think there's a joke in there somewhere. Yeah, I need you to do another one.
I'm done.
We'll be happy to be laid.
Wow.
I can't feed my
I can't leave that in. It's time for
Another week.
what is this? This is a
And shoveling. According to you guys, I'm not even the full height of a full man, so